Hello guys, and today we have destroyed 3 more Russian Mi-8 combat helicopters, multi-million helicopters, and now rare radar system Nebo-U. And all with the help of the Ukrainian homemade missile Neptune. Those of you who follow how we liberate our territories from the Russian invaders might have noticed that during these months we started actively using Ukrainian missiles. We have finalized the production of the Ukrainian cruise missile Flamingo. We have improved Neptune missiles. You've heard about them after they destroyed, for example, the Russian warship Moskva. They are also actively used in Crimea, and with each day, with each month, we can afford more and more of such very important weapons to liberate Ukrainian territories and to demilitarize Russia. This also helps Ukraine to act without asking for the permission, and you know that sometimes it takes months and strategic positions are lost. So these strikes demonstrate that Ukraine is not only developing its military strategy, but also developing the arsenal of the tools we need to implement the only working peace plan, and you know it, that's to defeat and demilitarize Russia. So let's discuss what Ukrainian missiles and drones are doing in Crimea, which terrified Russian military vloggers describe as one of the most dangerous parts of the front line, totally vulnerable after the series of destruction of the Russian air defense on the peninsula, as it naturally returns back to Ukraine. Please understand, Crimea is not just a territory. Crimea is not just a home to millions of Ukrainians and Crimean Tatars. It is also a strategic platform from which either Russians can keep attacking Europe or Ukrainians can return it back and protect the aquatorium of the Black Sea and many other good countries from any potential problems coming from the Russian side. And you know, it keeps happening as long as Moscow exists. So let's discuss how we work on our missiles, what our missiles are doing in Crimea, and what's the plan. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine, and if you want to see Putin in The Hague, subscribe. We will discuss that on the channel sometime really soon. I can actually travel to The Hague to stream with you together. And please share these videos to protect your loved ones from the Russian lies and to know the truth. That is important because it literally controls a lot of your thoughts, anxiety, decisions when you know the truth. And the truth is, Russia can and will be defeated. Russian military vloggers are terrified with what is happening in Crimea. They say that is the most drone buzzing place on planet, and all because previously we protected the territory, we liberated the territory with the help of FPVs, Lancet style drones, anything we could develop, anything we could afford. But right now, as our military production grows, and I'm grateful to those companies that come to Ukraine, that develop weapons together with us, because that's important for the security of the world. You see so many problems and conflicts arising literally in every corner of the world, so it's way better to be prepared. And in this case, we used Neptune missiles. These were sea missiles used for sea targets, but when the need came, and you know that necessity is the mother of invention, so that's exactly what happened. We modified them. We used them on Russian warships like Moskva, but we also use them against land targets. And it's most likely that they were used this night to destroy Mi-8 combat helicopters, 3 of them, located on a military base in Crimea. These are helicopters they use for the landing of the Russian troops, for logistics. They are expensive, they are more or less modern, and Russia keeps losing them like crazy. And radar Nebo-U system developed back in Soviet times. It was not a rare system, but as they keep exploding on the front lines deep inside Russia and specifically in Crimea, they are losing them. They are expensive, they are big. They are developed to identify a lot of flying objects, including stealth aircraft, which makes them important for Russian air defense. And I'm sorry, but one more gun. Subscribe to witness more of evil targets destroyed and Ukraine liberated, and maybe even Russia liberated, though it would take longer. So Russian military vloggers are very worried, and it's a pure delight to read their theories of what may happen next, because their fear is the best demonstration of how bad everything is for the invaders. Many of them are worried that with such effective work of drones, of Neptunes, of Ukrainian intelligence, we are preparing landing of Ukrainian troops on the peninsula to disrupt logistics, to cause more troubles, and to start this real counter-offensive operation. I'm not sure it's coming at this particular moment in time, but that would be interesting to see. Plus, remember, Crimea is not just a beautiful subtropical peninsula with a great tourism potential. It's not just an important historical landmark. It's a platform that Russia uses to attack Ukraine and can threaten Romania, Bulgaria, Turkey. That's why it's not just Ukrainians who must want the liberation of this land. It is also you, if you want to see safety and security in the Black Sea, in the Mediterranean, and we are pretty effective. We destroyed the headquarters of the Russian Black Sea Fleet. They fled with all of their warships, leftovers of them, because like half updated to scrap metal. And now they are hiding in Novorossiysk, and they keep exploding in Novorossiysk. So these rumors among the Russian military experts about the Ukrainian who are preparing to limited landing on the peninsula, maybe it's a fantasy and maybe not. Also, they follow, of course, various military events that took place in Ukraine, and they see that we're able to produce a lot of things. Once again, when you protect your motherland, you become way stronger, way more creative than when you're just a looter on bloody salary. That's what Russians in the army invading an independent free country are. And to tell you the truth, now they fear that we will start using actively long-range marine drones. They've seen them, water drones, and well, we are developing them to use them. So I think this presumption, what do you say, like premonition, is pretty correct. And Russia is an enormously large country. It's big, it's vast, it definitely does not need any new territories. It has a great potential for the dissolution in future, and this size that they often used for boasting, and it worked with some White House representatives, in reality creates more problem. And the air defense system, with every Nebo-U radar system targeted, with every S-300, S-400 system destroyed, is becoming weaker and weaker. And you can clearly see that by our constant success with the oil refineries, leading to the destruction of at least 24% of the capacities, and extremely quickly growing fuel crisis. You know, with fuel, everything is growing really quickly, and the crisis is not an exception. And I think that smart people understand that the only way to stop these constant provocations of Russia against NATO countries, their hybrid wars against your democracies, the inspiration that the Kremlin gives to China, to North Korea, to Iran, to many more authoritarian countries around the world. So the only way to end it all and to try to rebuild the world back to normal together with the international world order and international law that is just same important as law and order in your countries, on your streets, in your schools. So the only way is to defeat and demilitarize Russia. And right now, all of the Ukrainian nation, and specifically our armed forces, the constructors of these weapons, people who help us, who donate, who come, who fight together with Ukraine, all of these people are working to defeat the evil and to try once again to return this world back to normal. And to be a part of this beautiful community, remember to subscribe, share these videos. It's not difficult, but it's super effective. It helps spread the truth and make more real things about Ukraine known around the world. We've lived too long behind the Iron Curtain, behind the smoke of Russian propaganda, and I'm forever grateful when you spread the word. Follow me on X, on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and also the link to our Discord community in the description of this video, same as the link to our merch shop, with lots of good items that work well as reminders, conversation starters about Ukraine, and magically turn you into our ambassadors. Thank you so much for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel, but most importantly, thank you for standing with Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!